Okay. I'm just getting all set up here. All right. Welcome. Hey, Greg.
Zion,
How are you?
pretty good. How about you?
Good. Um, Give me 1 second here. Um, so it looks like there's one of our guys here can't log in. So I'm going to send him the link. You can now reset your password. So I sent that to him. All right. How's your week going?
So far, so good.
Good.
Got a new septic system installed here on Tuesday, so I got all the landscaping to do around that. So,
Okay. Oh, good. All right. So we're going to get started, and there might be other people joining us. Maybe not. I don't know. Apparently this Zoom link does not work here.
it worked for me.
Oh, it did? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was in the email that went out.
Oh,
Didn't
yeah, I used the one from the website, so I didn't try the one from the email.
Yeah. No, it shows the correct meeting.
Hmm.
I think it's oh, I think I know what's going on with that. Interesting. Okay. Well, maybe
Yeah, it looks like the link itself in the email is broken,
yeah. It shows the text right, but
but the actual link is wrong. Yeah.
yep, exactly. So not sure what happened there. I've been rebuilding my whole email automation sequence, and as much as I go over every single detail of it, I'm gonna miss little things here and there.
It's always something. Yeah.
So something. Oh well. All right. We have Robert here now too. So the party can really get started. All right. So today's game is in the pocket. Using the supplied beat, create a track using rhythmic elements that fit the swung eighth note groove. Try and get at least 3 other instruments into it, and you get bonus points for incorporating the additional retro talk stem, which totally doesn't fit, but it's going to be. So that's the beat, and here's the talk.
For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
So job is to try to make those work together, but add other instruments into here to give some rhythmic stuff. So what I want you guys to mainly focus on is this beat right here has a little bit of an eighth note swing to it.
Okay.
Actually, it's a 16th note swing, I think. Anyway, there's some swing in it, which means that the 16th notes that are going 1 E and a 2 E and a I think it does. I might be wrong.
The hi-hat does.
Yeah, just see if you can dial your instruments in so that everything fits together and works really well together.
Okay.
And you'll probably need to quantize things and make it fit, but see what you can do. See what you can do with that. Okay.
Where do you get this stuff from?
This one I actually just found on a YouTube like free stems area, and I think it's in mono. I don't even think there's stereo. No, it's a little stereo. All right. So good luck. Put that together, see what you can do, and I'll see you at the top of the hour.
All right.
All righty.
Good luck, guys.
All right.
All right. And bring up Ableton Live here. And we're going to pull in some stem files. And I'm going to share my screen. And off we go. All right. So this is going to be probably around 70. Let's try 70 beats. Yeah, 70 beats per minute. And oh, I need to share my audio. Before I do that, let's share in stereo. And then I'm going to share my Zoom audio. Here we go. So I was able to identify that 70 beats per minute. What we're going to do is we're going to put this little vocal over here. And this is going to be talk box. We'll make it green, pink. I almost put vocals in pink. I don't know why. And we're going to bring this back here. And let's just think now. I think what I want to do is divide this up a little bit. So we're going to first of all do this. So actually what I'm going to do here is this. And too many crash cymbals, so that's what I'm taking out here. So we're going to do something like that, and then we'll just copy that. All right, so I'm going to leave that, turn it down. Maybe start with a synth bass here. Let's try. I've got a electric bass. Let's change that to like a synth bass. Synth bass. There we go. Ooh, that's getting off the beat here. Nope, just my imagination. So so I'm trying to create something in my head here. We're going to drop this down to 2. Okay. All right, let's add in. I want to add in some kind of guitar or something in here. Let's drop in. Geez, my brain is not working. All right, we're going to drop in vintage guitar. I don't even like that sound. I like the melody. I don't like the sound though. It sounds, I don't know, weird. Weird. Try that. All right, so let's start with a retro funk, maybe. And because I can't play this, because in real time I can't, I'm going to do this. I want to strum, but I don't. You know what? Let's do fuck it. That's gonna take too long. Let's grab a sample. Let's grab something that's Polly. What's the term? Portamento. Porta. And let's do short. No, not short. Let's do monophonic, aggressive. That's kind of cool. driver. It's monophonic, so if I want to change that, I think I can using this for here. We add this pump. Okay, so we have this kind of weird call. And now I want something more rhythmic, something that's a little more. Something more rhythmic. Okay, so I want something definitely more this actually now. Let's do this. Say extract groove. That is loud. Instruments, let's try dropping in contact again here. Let's do melody and let's So that's cool. I still don't know if I like that sound. It just kind of has a
For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and for this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat. 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 And these are the faces of war. War. For the war. Words of war. Words of war. Faces 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 of war. War. Faces of war. faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of
For this is the province of combat, and these
are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. This is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. This is the province. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war. Of combat, and these are the faces of war. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
It might be too low, actually. Let's go up an octave.
For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
Um,
For this is the province of combat. For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
well, I should probably save that. Let's do on the hook. This is in the pocket. In the pocket. The pockets. All right. We're going to throw on a master bus ozone. Ozone. Just loop this spot here. It's probably the best spot. And we're going to get Scotted tempos. All right. Can't even see my screen. All right.
Fine, can you hear me?
All right, guys.
Can you hear me, Zion?
I can barely.
Let me turn myself up a little bit. I'm in
All
a
right.
new-
Did you?
I'm in a new location.
Oh,
When
okay.
when I went back to upload my file, my unhooked screen, I put the link in and everything, and then I clicked it, and it came back and said something went wrong. So I went back and tried to do it again, and I can't even get the, I get the screen, but it's blank. It doesn't give me any fields to put anything in. So I just posted
Oh no.
what I
Sorry.
did on the chat there.
Okay.
Maybe something stupid I did.
You are logged in. You can see the game, right?
Hold on a second. I've got the I have the game here. Yep.
Okay. So when you go down and put your stuff in here, it doesn't show up.
Right. When I go to say games, actually when I click games, actually all I've got is a banner at the top that says games, and on the left I've got the on the hook games, my uploads, about, and frequently asked questions, but there's nothing else on the screen below that.
Weird. Okay.
And I logged out and logged back in again just to see if maybe something got caught up in it, and it didn't matter.
Let's see here.
But I haven't logged in quite some time, so
Yeah, it won't let you add a game unless you're logged in.
but I did log back in again.
It's not letting me upload either, if that's what Kenneth is talking about.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm getting a something went wrong, please try again, and now incorrect setup, check the conditional filters on your dynamic blocks.
What
I
is
don't even know where my dynamic blocks are.
Well, it's on my end.
It's Zion's toys that are broken.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Zion, not Zion. I gotta.
It's all right. Okay.
Oh, now when I go to games, I'm just getting a blank page. What happened? Yeah, this is strange. I get logged out.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
So you are logged in, but you don't see what I'm seeing.
I was seeing like nothing. I'm signing in again here just to see. Yeah, so games is blank. My uploads says I haven't submitted any activity.
Mine too.
The about, so like the public facing stuff, the about page works. The FAQ works. It's just it's the logged in stuff that looks broken.
Okay. I must have messed something up. Unlogged in users. Oh, let's see. Games.
Yeah, profile page is also broken.
Holy cow. Logged in users. Man, all kinds of issues going on. All right, try refreshing your screen. Did anything change?
Did a force refresh? Nothing. I'll log out and back in again and see if that makes a difference. Games page is still blank.
The good thing is none of your stuff is gone from my database. It's just you're not being able to see it. So I must have changed something here. Because if I look at you guys on here, okay. I'm gonna open Safari. What browsers are you guys using?
I'm in Chrome right now. I'm about to try it in Firefox as well, just to see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'm in Microsoft Edge right now.
Edge?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know that one.
Well, I think they use Bing, but it's Microsoft's browser.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing the same thing in Safari. Well, guys, I'm sorry. For now, if you could just post like Kenneth did, just put your track in the comment and we'll just try to.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if that's going to work or not. I just copied it and pasted directly from my file. I may have to go put it in the box first. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's got to be. You need to put it in a file or
Yeah,
Google
okay.
Drive or something like that. I wonder if something happened to Softer, the site that I do this on. Really weird.
I was having problems.
Yeah, everybody is. Sorry, guys. Oh, wait a minute. So if I change, let's see. If I log out and then sign back in, will I still have the problem? I can do it from this browser for some reason, but I'm also an admin. Let me change my. Let me change that and see what happens. No. It's working in Chrome, but it's not working in Safari. How weird.
I mean, what it looks like from my end is that the permissions on those sections of the site have changed.
This is where I build it. And this is for that's not logged in users. So game image. I do not understand what's going on. This is really weird. Well, anyway, let's check out Greg's song. All right, here we go. I love that static that you added. Where'd you get?
Well, that's it. That's at the tail end of the vocal sample.
Oh, was it?
And I just amplified it.
I like it.
Decapitator on one of those. So.
I started to do that.
That's a great.
It was irresistible.
Mhm.
I like how you put the 4 on the floor too. That was unique. I wouldn't have thought to do that.
Yeah, I guess I don't know what to say about that. That also kind of sounded obvious to me somehow, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh man.
Mine's going to be pretty simple compared to what Greg just did. I was just pleased to get something finished in 45 minutes.
Yep, that's me.
All right. Well, that was awesome. Do you want to share anything else on that or what you got out of it?
This was another reminder. One of the Sound Toys plugins, Alter Boy, which is a pitch altering thing, doesn't work right in Bitwig, which is I use Bitwig primarily for MIDI stuff and Reaper primarily for audio stuff. And I started out in Bitwig on this and then wanted to use Alter Boy on the vocal sample. And then I was like, oh crap, that doesn't work. I had to export and pull everything over to Reaper to do that. And so I keep forgetting that that's a problem because I almost always do audio processing in Reaper.
Yeah.
So I got to track that down.
Yeah, you might contact the company and find out if they have a fix with that.
Exactly. And I've checked support forms and that's not something anybody else has reported. And then I just keep forgetting to actually follow up until I'm in the middle of something.
Right.
So,
Gotcha.
Yep.
Well, cool. Glad you learned something. Sounded great, man.
thanks.
Yep.
Very good.
Did you use any kind of swing in anything or match the groove or anything?
I didn't really have to. I initially was looking into that and realized that once I just put everything on straight 8s, it lined up.
Yeah.
So the fact that the hi-hat swing is on those 16ths, it fits neatly between straight 8s. So it wasn't actually a challenge in that sense.
Cool. All right. Yeah, I kind of found the same thing. All right, let's check out Kenneth's.
For this is the province of combat. And these are the faces of war.
Well done.
All right, Ken.
Yeah. Well done. It sounds like you've got something like an arpeggiator or something just doing that.
No, actually, I pulled up a sample and we just moved here to Jacksonville, Florida Monday night because
Oh, wow.
I have to be here 2 months for radiation proton therapy for prostate cancer.
That's
And
right.
it's every day, Monday
Hmm.
through Friday for 8 weeks. So I've got a bit, so we just moved in. So I just got my stuff set up in the apartment here. And so, but anyway, one of the things I did is I purchased a MIDI controller because when I'm back at home, I just use the grand piano, the Yamaha piano for my MIDI.
Ooh.
But so I bought a MIDI controller. I don't know much about it, but I just went through and played some things into it from the MIDI with some Ableton stock samples.
Cool.
And
Well,
I
it
think
sounds great, man.
I think I put them on the 16th, and I didn't do any special swing either. It just seemed to kind of fit.
Yeah. Did you what other instruments did you put in there?
I put it in a bass. It's just kind of not a straight bass, but I put a bass, and then I put this this piano.
And these are the faces of war. And these
So that dun dun dun, what is that? Like a little, sounds like a toy piano or something.
That's on my MIDI. It's just me playing notes and on a piano.
Okay. Piano. Okay.
And,
It's really nice, man. Well done.
Yes.
I'm impressed, especially if you've moved in your new location, new MIDI keyboard, and you're able to pull something off. That's pretty
I
good.
just got everything set up this morning. I just happen to know I don't have anything on my schedule. I have my next proton zap at 9:15 tonight.
Oh,
They do over 100 patients today, and the new people coming in have the bad times to come in. I was scheduled at 9:45 p.m. the last 2 nights, but they actually were ahead of schedule and had somebody cancel, so I was able to move up to 8:15 last night.
Cool.
I guess later on, after maybe second or third week, I'll get to come earlier in the day. But the nighttime is not bad. You're not there that long. You're only there about 30 minutes at the most.
okay. Well, good. Awesome, man. Good work and good luck with your operation. I hope it goes really well.
Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Robert, do you have a link for me?
I thought I sent it
Oh, did you have problems with the website?
a little bit. Let me see. Is it on here?
Everybody else had
Ah.
issues. Yeah.
It's spinning and spinning and spinning. Hold
Something's
on.
not working. Can you just post it in the chat for now? I'll get this fixed today. I don't know what
Okay.
happened. I broke some.
Where's the chat?
We'll check out Mark's while you're doing that. All right, Mark, check it out.
For this is the province of combat. And these are the faces of war. Faces of war. Faces of war. For this is the province of combat. And these are the faces of war. Faces of war. Faces of war. For this is the province of combat. Province of combat. Faces of war. Faces of war. Faces of war. Faces of war.
Very cool, man. Sounds a little bit like a merry-go-round, like the music from like one of those organ type instruments. I don't know what they use for those fair type instruments. Awesome, man. You want to tell us what you did on that?
Yeah. I got a little late start, but I jumped right in and I just loaded some instruments. Of course, I had to fix the latency on my keyboard, and I fixed it. So it's one of those things. I've been on the hook. I'm diving in.
Yeah.
I just selected, let's see, I had a clav in there that I used for almost like a bass part.
Uh-huh.
I think I had, I think the other one's horns or something, or I don't know, maybe a bassoon, I don't remember, and then a choir vocal, and I just played the percussion and just played whatever came to my mind, and then after I did one track, I would do another track and work off that one, and so I just built it up. It goes so fast and it's so quick, and I didn't have any time to do anything else.
You can't overthink it. You just go. That's great. I like that you repeated the little vocal thing on it.
Yeah. I wanted to do more at the end, but I ran out of time. I wanted to have it, kind of do it repeated right to the end. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah, it's great, man. Well done.
I kept picturing a commercial of war faces, just going over like different war faces. Like you see those commercials where they show stuff like that, but the commercial's actually about something that has nothing to do with what you think it is. Like it would be a commercial for roofing for a house, but they're showing war stuff. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Or like little kids getting ready to play soccer.
Yeah, something.
It's like Levi jeans. Every time you see a Levi's commercial, you have no idea what it's about. You're like, what's the commercial even about?
I kept getting pictures of war people.
Yeah.
Just flashing.
Well, let's check out what you did. Combat.
Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. Combat. These are the faces of combat. And this is war. For this is the province of combat. And these are the faces of war. War, 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 war.
Dude, bravo. You went just nuts.
I had so many ideas going through my head. I say, I'm still working on the Roland JV 5080. And I said, okay, I'm just going to go through some patches and just whatever comes through, because I've got so many ideas. So I came up with the first thing, and then I said, I need this. So I just hit a button, and it went somewhere else. I said, whatever it is, I'm using it. So I used that, and I switched to something else. I said, okay, I'm just going to use that. And then I just kept hearing different things. I'm like, I'm not going to have time. So I got to do this. And then I put my voice on it, and I was like, okay, I just got to go with it. Just got to go with the feel, go with what I'm thinking, and just take it on through.
I love that breakdown with the breaths.
I know.
That was cool. It reminded me of the old Enigma song. Do you remember Enigma? Anyway, back in the 90s. That was so cool. And then the voices and the way you chopped up the war thing and pitch shifted it. And
yeah. I tried to be different on that part.
That was great. You guys are really creative. You brought the creativity today. I love it. Anything else you want to say on this one?
No.
What'd you learn, Robert?
I'm always dealing with time. I don't know I guess it's because I have so many ideas going through my head. Mm-hmm. And I I have a problem with that because I'm still at that point where I can even listen to that and I get some ideas come out here. I could have done this, could have done that, could have done this. I'm listening to everybody else's. I'm like, oh, I could do this, I could do this, do that. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me do this, do that. And my head is just going and going. And I'm like, how do you narrow that down where you can?
I don't think you should narrow it down. I think you do exactly what you're doing and you just dump all those ideas into it immediately. And then you can go back and you've got tons of content to play with and edit out and pull out and chop up. And, but I say, get all those ideas out of your body as fast as possible. You know, I think it's the best way to do it. Cause otherwise if you stagnate and you're trying to dial in that bass sound or whatever, you'll forget all those ideas you had.
That's true. I've done that.
That's what On the Hook has been so useful for me for, is because my habit, my natural tendency is to do exactly that, to zero in on an idea and work that idea to death, and then move on to the next one. And in addition to the challenge, the issue of forgetting all the other ideas while you're working on the one, you also then you remove space for the other ideas. You don't leave, like you end up having to mute everything you've done already anyway, just to try something new. So yeah, this is really valuable for that. People you have to slam those ideas in fast.
Yeah.
Well, good.
I'm loving this On the Hook stuff. I'm just like, okay, how long is Zion gonna keep this up? It's gonna stop one day. I'm gonna hate it.
I'll put you in charge of it when I stop.
I was gonna say, if he stops doing it, I'll start doing it.
Somebody's got to start.
I love that you guys are doing this with me. It's so fun. And it keeps me constantly keeps me doing it and giving me inspiration. My only downside is waiting a week to do it. Like I wish. All right. That was amazing. That's going to be tough to follow. Did we get everybody else? I think we did. Awesome. Thank you for that. That was incredible. Let's jump to mine. Yeah. Oh, that's not it. Here it is.
For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
So
Class over.
That was not a sax, actually. That was like a that thing in the background going. That is I took a like a polyphonic synth that slides, and I just I used the whammy bar on the whatever it's called, the roll thing on the pitch bend knob, and just went like that, and then put it way off in the distance and put it through some saturation and reverb just to give kind of a cry off in the distance. But that's interesting that you thought it sounded like a sax. The bass, I had the hardest time with finding the bass, like a patch that I wanted for this. And I think it's closer to what I wanted, but I feel like it could be a lot better. I'm not quite sure where. I mean, the sound itself, I just couldn't find it. But again, I didn't have time to move forward. I added that electric guitar in there. That it's just hitting a note, and so I just played a note. And actually, I grabbed the groove or the wave file of the beat, and I I extracted the groove from that. And so I applied it to the electric guitar. I didn't think it really did anything to it, or if it did, it's so subtle. So I don't think the whole point of this was to learn how to use some swing. And I don't think I realized that I think the 16ths are pretty fucking straight on this. Excuse my language. I think they're very straight, and they're really not swung. So I should have found a different beat. I should have done my homework a little more. So
Is that bass one patch with a dun 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 dun? Is that one patch, or is that two different patches?
That
Yeah.
that is actually an omnisphere patch. I'm just holding down a note and it was doing it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Okay.
It's an arpeggiator that's just somebody had programmed. I think I had to change a couple little nuances of the arpeggiator, but it adds that little 30-second in there, which I thought was kind of cool. And then
That is cool.
Note up and down, but I
Yep.
think I just held a note on that, honestly.
That is cool.
Yeah, and then the vocal,
For this
I added
is
it
the
as, I'm sorry, I added it as a bridge. So instead,
For this is the province of combat, and these are the faces of war.
and I've added a lot of delay at the tail end of that phrase. And then when I repeated the phrase, I lowered the pitch by like 5 semitones or something like that, just to kind of make it different. Yeah, if I had more time, I would have used some kind of swells or like, something like that. I also trimmed a lot of the drum track because I felt like there's way too many cymbals in it. So I just took pieces that were just mainly the drums and stacked them together,
Oh, okay.
lined them up together. And then every once in a while I'd add the area that had that, because there's just so many crashes in there. I thought it was kind of overwhelming. So anyway, that's what I did on that.
Question. Oh, go ahead.
This is just a question about last. One of the things I did when I was setting up my equipment this morning, I was going to go back and do the last one that you did on the scattered tempos.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things I've never even fooled with in Ableton Live. So I was trying to look at some YouTube stuff to see how to do it. Is there a particular place I should go to work on?
Why don't you hang around on this call after we're done here, and I'll show you real quick on Ableton.
Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that trick that you guys were talking about last week?
Yeah.
That
Oh,
something about the tempo, finding a tempo or something like that.
yep. I figured it out finally. We don't have any girls on this call. This is the first time. Usually we have more women than men on this call. So, well, guys, thank you. If you have any requests, please send me, like, if you're like, hey, I think we should do an exercise that does this. I need some ideas. So I'm very hungry for any kind of new ideas. That would be awesome
I got good news. The site's working again.
Is it really?
It must have
okay.
been something on the back end because I was just able to upload mine. So
Oh my gosh.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, it must have been on their end because. So yeah, please.
no, I just went to my uploads and that's still giving me
That might be me.
went wrong.
I think I might know
Yeah.
what that is. But you did upload your track.
But yeah, the games looks fine now. I was able to upload. I'm able to browse the other games. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm gonna have to upload mine. Yeah.
One kind of last minute comment on the one we just did. I find it interesting. I don't think we were all in exactly the same key, but we were all pretty darn close. And I wonder what it is we were picking, whether it was in the vocal sample or whether it was the haze in the beat loop. But there must have been something that we were all hearing that put us in close to the same key.
That is fascinating.
Wow, that's good
I
observation.
think I was in D minor on mine.
Okay, so we may have just been in closely compatible keys because I was kind of, and mine was a little bit deliberately dissonant, but I was in sort of like G minor and A minor, sort of.
But it
And
felt like they were all very consistent.
and I was in E minor, which has the G and so
Yeah.
they're all kind of related.
Yeah. Oh, that's fascinating. Oh. Well, cool. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Okay.
I was gonna ask, I'm trying to get into sync. So I
Yeah.
try to, my compositions that I do with this, I kind of keep that in mind. I try still having in the back of my head, if I was to do something for sync for a commercial or TV or whatever, would they like it? Would they use it? So I kind of gear it towards that. And I was just wondering if everybody else is kind of thinking that. Are you thinking of sync when you compose this stuff, or you just just coming up with something off of your head or whatever? Is it just me or what?
Oh, I can answer that, but I'd love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, I'm just coming up with something off the top of my head.
Okay.
As Zion knows, I've had tons of technological problems that I've just overcome. So, yeah, maybe next time I'll try to do something for sync.
Yeah.
I deliberately avoid thinking about sync, or I should say I deliberately deprioritize sync thoughts when I'm being creative. And then those are things that I factor in more towards the end. I mean, like, because there are, you're supposed to have a button ending on your song, that kind of thing. You don't want really intrusive spoken elements and yada, yada, yada. But I don't want those things to shape the initial ideas. I want those to just be things boxes that I check off towards the end of the process.
Gotcha.
How about you, Ken?
Okay.
Question?
Just
What was the
wondering.
question?
He was wondering about the if you're thinking about sync when you're working on these games.
Oh, not really. I've only submitted about 3 of these, and first couple I did were under quite a bit of duress because I had a lot of trouble. I'm just basically not a quick, creative person, so so I hadn't thought about sync. There was one that I did. I thought that might be a good thing to use later on, and so I kept it in the back of my mind. But it's gone now. But I can go back to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, I'm mainly just interested in trying to make something I like. That's my number one priority. The little amount of time, something that I like. That being said, I listen a lot. Every day I try to listen to modern pop music because if I make sync music, my sync music is going to be probably more toward modern EDM or pop or chill pop or hip hop. So I'm constantly, like, I was listening to Lizzo this morning while I was making eggs, and it's not usually something I would normally listen to on its own, but the production is so good. And the, I want the flavors of what is current constantly in my ears, kind of in my subconscious, so that when I'm working, I'm thinking about those types of vibes, unless I'm trying to make something sound retro, like we did the 80s song a couple weeks ago. And I was looking for very, those older sounds and kind of digging out of my memory, like what were the kind of vibey synthesizers and stuff. So one of the things I look for a lot when I'm producing, and in this one, for instance, I'm trying to make it sound modern. And actually that beat sounds a little bit like an 80s beat, like an 80s rap or something like that. It sounds a little dated, the beat itself, but maybe not 80s, maybe early 2000s. It's kind of in my head, but you can freshen it up with more modern elements by how you produce. I like to produce very linearly. It's just my style, meaning I have a bass doing something and then the guitar complements and then something happens up here. And then like everything sort of has its place instead of a whole lot of overlap. And that's kind of a modern producing technique, is to do a lot of linear production. You don't have to do it that way. It's just kind of my vibe. Everybody's going to have a different style. It's kind of like we're all writers. We're all going to have a writing style of how we're writing our book. And I think you just kind of find what works for you, what gets you excited, and do it as well as you can and get good at just that. The times I've tried to spin my wheels and chase after a certain exact vibe of somebody else's, sound or production because they're getting, making money at sync or whatever, I'm just always chasing a moving target, always. And it's very frustrating because you just never catch it because somebody's usually always ahead of you. So I think the answer to this is just produce it as well as you can for a style that you like. I mean, it should fit some genre. You should be able to say this is this genre because that's going to help you. If it's so outside every genre, it may be fun and maybe enjoyable for you, but you're going to have a hard time pitching it to somebody if you can't say, hey, this fits this. So I think it is important if you're thinking about sync to think what would be in this genre. That being said, I don't think that's a priority of On the Hook. The on the Hook is just about having fun, working, getting to know your chops, that kind of thing.
Cool. All right.
Those are
Great.
Yeah, I'm hoping, since I have more free time here in Jacksonville to, one of the things I wanted to work on was work on some songwriting because that's really fallen to the wayside this whole year. Work on that some more and also on production. And so, hopefully I'll have more time during the day. I hope to get out and play with the golf course once a week while I'm here. But
good. Yeah.
anyway, so when I'm at home, I always have other things going on. My buddies are always wanting to get me, to the golf course. So I go out and walk for exercise, walk 3 to 4 times a week on the golf course. And
Nice.
so, but here I have a little more time. My wife is here and our 2 little dogs are here. So
Cool.
we're here for 8 weeks.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad
In
you're
hot and humid Jacksonville.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. It's hot and humid here too. Well, guys, we'll wrap it up right here. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week for On the Hook.
Yes,
Talk
sir.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.